Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Brad. I'm thrilled to be here with such a great group and excited to talk a little bit about this data frame in this conversation. So this industry that we've chosen to be a part of is evolving at a rapid pace. And the thing that strikes each of us is there's no playbook. There's nothing that tells us what to do and how to go do that. But one thing that hasn't changed is the impact of digital has to be there, and we have to be able to measure that impact. And that's my passion. It's what I do every day at Adobe and with our customers. From my perspective, this data frame conversation is really about finding a clear line of sight of the business impact of digital. It's a lot harder these days, which is completely counterintuitive. We have an embarrassment of riches in terms of data available to us. Data is coming at us from all different angles, and that should drive more information, more insights, and more decision-making, better decision-making. But that's not the case. We're falling down. So the question isn't really about getting more data, it's trying to figure out what really matters. As I talk to digital business leaders and marketers worldwide, I ask, what does it mean for business? Are we talking about a digital marketing strategy or a digital business strategy? Because they're different. A digital business strategy will tie together all the metrics that we know and love in and around digital, and it ties it up into what is the impact truly that it's driving for the business. I want to talk today about 3 simple rules for digital business and tell a few stories in and around these rules that will help us. These rules hone in on social, mobile, and data analytics, and ultimately business impact. The first rule is around social. Newt Gingrich and Twitter. Newt had a campaign to get more Twitter followers. He and his team set out, and they drove more and more Twitter followers to Newt's page. He got 1.3 million Twitter followers. And you see his quote here. He's pretty proud of it. The problem was, on second look, only 8% of those Twitter followers were verifiable human. The rest were bots. So again, you get into, if you apply data analytics against Newt's Twitter followers, what type of impact do you have? There is no impact there. Which leads me to my first rule. You can't buy friends. It's just like high school. You can give away free stuff to drive some Twitter followers and likes, but the question is, what does that mean for your business? MTV knows this. They knew that the Video Music Awards were going to be big, and they asked us to step in and help them measure the business impact of this event. On the night of the VMAs, they set an all-time Twitter record of 8,800 tweets per second. When did that happen? It happened when Beyoncé showed her baby bump, and Bruno Mars did his tribute to Amy Winehouse. I'm not sure what that says about us as a society, that sets the all-time Twitter record, but it happened at the VMAs. And that night, there was about 10 million tweets in total that happened in the course from the beginning of the VMAs to the end. And for MTV, really for them, business success is driving engagement to their digital properties. And as they monitored the hashtags and the personalities that were tweeting and calling out during the event, they saw a surprise pattern in the data. They found that Miley Cyrus fans were driving the most mentions and retweets of anyone else in the ecosystem that evening. Miley Cyrus. And the team at MTV found that they now have a new group of individuals and influencers that they can go out and engage with. Over the course of the evening, MTV saw a 40% increase in hourly unique visitors, a 55% increase in hourly page views, and a 36% increase in video views. This was the business impact from social that enabled social to bust out of the data silo and make sense in terms of the overall business. And for Bruno Mars, Warner Music, his label was able to take the 170,000 mentions of Bruno Mars right after his tribute to Amy Winehouse and tie that back to the artist page and the conversions that were driving increased orders in the hour after the event. But what we see with both of these examples is that social drives strategy in powerful ways. But social, it's a tactic. Strategy is strategy. We can't get away from that. And while social is important, you can't have a business strategy without thinking about mobile. Mobile isn't a niche anymore. We know that. We feel that. Globally, the mobile internet will overtake the PC internet in the next 2 years. This means that many internet experiences are going to be mobile only, which is interesting when many of us in the industry are still trying to figure out our mobile sites. And mobile is much more than creating a smaller web page and creating it and treating it as a side project. It really is about how do businesses activate customers and how do customers activate brands. Here's a mobile story that really inspired me. I'm a skier and a data junkie, so this one really resonated for me. Vail Resorts, which includes Vail, Breckenridge, Beaver Creek in Colorado, took the mobile-first approach to creating an entire new experience for their users on their property. It's called Epic Mix. And what Epic Mix is you go, you buy a lift ticket. The lift ticket comes with an RFID chip in the lift ticket. When you get on the lift, your ticket is scanned. While you're up carving up the mountain doing your thing, the data is automatically uploaded to Epic Mix. It records each of your lift rides, how many vertical feet you've done. It tallies all your ski days. But Vail didn't stop there. They created badges to where when you do so many vertical feet or you do a completely gnarly run, you get a badge and it automatically gets posted to Facebook so that you can brag to all your friends about what you just did. Same thing, you want to know where your friends are? Well, there's a mobile map to where you can see where all your friends are on the mountain. It completely changed the way that their users engage with Vail. But it also changed the way Vail thinks about their business. Because what they can do now is they can engage with their most important customers and engage with them differently while they're on the mountain. They can send them real-time updates. They can send them real-time offers. Hey, 20% drink offer, come into the lodge right now. And they're able to understand what are the runs that the locals like to use, and what are the runs that are popular with the out-of-state guests. The amount of data analytics that Vail can now do is off the charts. And the strategy worked. Vail saw an increase of 200% in season ticket sales that came from this social experience. They had 100,000 people activate Epic Mix last year. And this year, every single pass that they sell is going to have this RFID chip. They're going to completely blow it out. In a world that's becoming increasingly digital, mobile is becoming a more important part of that. It's with us all day. You think about what's the maximum total feet that you're away from your mobile device in any given day? It's probably a few feet. It stitches together our digital and our non-digital world, which brings me to rule number 2. Mobile is a mindset, not just a device. Using our data, Standard Chartered Bank is a bank in Hong Kong, and they've completely changed what is a mobile experience. If any of you have been to Hong Kong, you know what it's like to stand on the street there. They've created a mobile experience where you take your mobile phone, use the camera, and it uses augmented reality to send you offers from the merchants if you're a Standard Chartered card holder that you can get directly by using your Standard Chartered card. Bigger than the cool factor is the impact that it can have in business. And bringing these experiences together is challenging, and it can be very, very hard to do. And if it's done poorly, the impact can be disastrous. Let me give you an example of a retailer that said, we want to go out and get some more likes and followers. They created a Facebook fan page, and they launched a campaign. Their Twitter followers were up 150%. Their likes were up 130%. But the downloadable coupon that I could download from the Facebook fan page, when I took it into the store to redeem for my free purchase, the scanner in the store couldn't read the coupon. It completely failed. And what was a great case study for social engagement turned into complete social enragement because they just didn't connect that all the way through to the back of the experience. The flip side, a business owner that is keeping it simple. This business owner, as you can see, uses location information, weather updates, real-time pricing. This savvy businessman knows what we all used to know, which is we got to keep it simple. Business is business. And if we can figure out what this guy knows, which is rule number 3, that at the point of these stories is that if it doesn't matter to the CEO, then it probably doesn't matter. Think about that in terms of what we're measuring and what we're doing in digital. For MTV, they discovered a new audience segment to focus on marketing yield and to drive yield. For Vail, it was about engaging with their 1 million customers differently. For Standard Chartered, it was creating a new experience that drove their business metric, which is card usage. And of course, the umbrella guy, he got to sell a lot of umbrellas. At the end of the day, all the takeaways for us in the next 2 days around this data frame is understanding how best to take action based on the data. And this means connecting page views to measuring pipeline. And if you take all these rules together, what you get is not another rule, but a prediction. My prediction is that the CMO will be tomorrow's CEO, which is crazy, and some of you may laugh about that, especially given that the average tenure of a CMO is measured in months and not years. But a CMO that owns digital and that understands measurement and optimization in the digital world will be in a better position to understand customer intimacy and drive the business than anyone else in the organization. Appreciate the time with you today, and thanks for having me.
Brad, thank you so much.